Yeah. When you need a ride that's clean, ain't nobody do it like the Cash Car King, Keith Gill. Let's go.
Pull up, ride out. Fresh paint job, yeah, shine your ride now. Details so clean, make you wanna slide out. Keith Gill Logistics, that's what I'm talking about. Get a Cash Car King, best in the town. Certified mechanic, always holding it down. Need a good deal, he ain't playing around. Keith Gill Used Cars, come get your crown.
Today we're sitting down with Keith Gill, owner of Gill Logistics, Gill Used Cars, also known as the Cash Car King. He's known for auto detailing, paint and body repair, ceramic coating, certified mechanic work, and top-tier customer service. I want to ask Keith this question. Keith, go ahead. Tell the audience a little bit about who you are and how you got into the car business.
Okay, what's going on, man? I'm the Cash Car King. I got into the car business from way back, watching my dad do paint and body back in the day. Probably back in 1994, 1995, somewhere up in there.
Awesome. All right. So how did Gill Logistics and Gill Used Cars get started? How did you get started?
Well, man, basically I started at the yard, man. I started playing around with cars, probably 2 or 3 little Honda Accords, get them fixed up. And on the initial of it, I was buying my own cars, you know, like an old school car, maybe like a Corvette or something, and an old school short wheelbase truck, something like, you know, Camaro, and I would fix it up, sell it. End up losing money, so I was like, you know what? I might as well buy some cheap cash cars, what people like to drive, put some money in them, and then sell them. Then I can make more of a turnaround on the long stretch.
Okay. That makes a lot of sense. I'm going to ask this question. I hear they call you the Cash Car King. Now, how did you get that name? Is that name kind of like just came about as you selling cars? Or how was you inspired about that name?
Well, I pretty much built it on my own. You know, basically I sold 100 cars. I sold 30 cars in 30 days, 28 and 28 days.
Wait a minute. You go a little too fast. Now say that one more time. You sold how many cars?
30 cars in 30 days, 28 in the next. And after that, month after month.
Wow.
Every day.
Wow.
It was somebody in my face trying to, I didn't even have enough cars.
Wow.
That's how fast these cars were going.
Wow.
So I just started flipping them. And I started out with Hondas, keep in mind, out the backyard.
That's amazing.
You know, it was another piece of land I had, but I was selling cars out of there. All I had was a garage shed where you wash the cars at, and I had somewhere where somebody can sit down in a chair and we could do the title work. And that was it.
Wow, that is amazing, man. You selling them in cars like that, man. So was there a moment when you knew the business was going to take off? Or, you know, a lot of people get in business, man, and they're kind of afraid, they're kind of scared. There's a few things, a lot of people are like, man, business is kind of difficult at first, but what was that moment that you realized, like, man, this might be taking off?
Right. Well, the moment I knew it was taking off is when, you know, I ran out of cars. So I was like, I couldn't find cars. So I had people that had cars I was buying from, but even them, they couldn't keep up with me. And then I called this one guy one day that would go to the auction because I didn't really have time to go. And he would go, and I knew he was dealing with some different people as far as going. So they was kind of like a team. So I bought all his inventory out. When I called him one day, I asked him, I was like, hey man, I need some cars, man, I'm out. He was like, hey man, he was like, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. You probably wanna find you another vendor because I can't keep up with you. So I knew then when he told me he couldn't keep up with me, I had outgrew them. So I had to go ahead and take my step to the next level.
Okay. All right. So, you know, I know a lot of times people ask questions about you guys' services and things of that nature. So, you know, I want to, you know, ask a little bit about that. So your business offers everything from detailing to ceramic coating. What services are people most surprised you offer? Like sometimes when people come to you and they be shocked about that service. What services are those?
Basically the ceramic coat and the paint and body. Now a lot of that stuff I can do myself, but it's just time. So I got partners in the game that do it. So I want to represent them the business. Cause keep in mind, I'm on the wholesale side of flipping the cars. So I don't want to be tying up a lot of time trying to get nobody's car together, especially when I got other stuff going on with these other cars. So pretty much everything, I just send it out. you know, I know the game about how to do it, but I send it out to my other partners and they take care of that. And that's the most surprising thing, because people be fast like, dang man, he had this car and he had it 3 days. My cousin, they done came up, helped, and we get these cars back and get them in and get them out for the painted body and ceramic coat.
Okay. Man, that sounds awesome, man. You know, another thing too is, I know you're dealing with a lot of businesses, and you know, a lot of people talk about big businesses, small businesses, things of that nature. And you know, you got these large corporations selling cars and so forth. Right. I want to ask you this. This is a key question. How important is good customer service in the car business? When you go in the car business, how important is customer service?
Oh man, good customer service, it go a long way. But then again, too, it kind of work on both sides, you know, because you knew me from way before I even started messing with cars. So we had to deal with customers outside in the trucking game. Yep. So, but the thing is that always the customer's always right. I don't agree with that, because your attitude can reflect how the customer service of this go with me. So if you coming at me a certain way and expecting me to do 100 things and you ain't even paid for one of them services, then that's gonna blow that dead off the top. Exactly. You know, it's just like a play gone bad. Like the flag is already on the field. Like the customer service as far as me, I'm gonna go 110% all the way to the end, as long as I know it ain't nothing on my end that twisted this plot. But if I see the plot was twisted on the customer end, then guess what? That flag already on the field before they can even turn the plot.
Well, definitely. Hey, that makes a lot of sense, man. And I'm glad you was honest about that, man. You basically told, you know what I'm saying, how you felt about that situation. I was gonna ask you this. What makes your cars different from the average used car dealership? So what makes your car stand out versus, you know, me going to just any other used car dealership?
Right. Well, it's just like one of the questions you just asked, man, about what people are most surprised about. You know, like I'm gonna go the extra mile by painting the car. I'm gonna do a ceramic coat on it. The detail's gonna be nice. I'm gonna even go the extra mile as far as putting tires on the car if I got to. You know what I'm saying? A lot of dealers ain't offering, they selling as is. They not buying a brand new set of tires. And shout out to my tire service, they gonna be on point every time. Like for example, the other day, had a customer, they was like, well, this car might need some tires in the long run. Before they can even get it out their mouth, I done got on the phone with my guy calling. He's like the UPS, FedEx. It wasn't even overnight. It was like in the next 30 minutes. Wow. Brand new set of tires arrived on the scene before they can even pull off in the vehicle.
Well, say that one more time, man. You said what now? You said a brand new set of tires?
Brand new set of tires. I put them in the back of the trunk for them before they pulled off with them.
Oh man, that's awesome.
They pulled off with the vehicle. They had a brand new set of tires in the trunk.
Wow, man, that is awesome. Wow. And so, you know, when you think about that, man, those tires are very important, man, especially when you just get in a car, man, right. And you're thinking, you're like, man, I really needed that. I know you was talking about, you know, general repairs and things of that nature. How do you build trust with your customers? How do you build trust with your customers as far as, you know, mechanic work and all that type of thing?
Well, the biggest thing is, you know, I tell my customers when they come to me, you know, if you buy a Honda from me, for example, that's my number one seller, one of the cars I started out with. If you do everything you need to do, I'm going to do everything I need to do. As long as you do everything right, as far as checking your oil, your water, not just jumping in the car, taking off every day and not deciding to do the routine preventive maintenance. If something were to take place, guess what? I'm standing behind that vehicle 100%. Now, on the flip side of that, if I know I can detect that you haven't been doing this, haven't been doing that, then guess what? You on your own. It's an as-is situation. When the tail light is clear, that's your vehicle.
Okay. All right, man. That sounds pretty remarkable, man. I'm gonna ask you another question. Basically about, you know, when you got into this industry, and I'm pretty sure you've been in it for a while. You're pretty much expert at it at this point. Mm-hmm. So what do customers need to know before buying a used car? So if I know somebody that really needs a car, what do they need to know before buying one?
Basically, what they need to know is that a lot of the stuff that go on with vehicles are going to go on depending on what type of vehicle you get. If you haven't really did your homework on a particular vehicle and you take off in it 2 or 3 weeks, maybe not even that long, a month at max, some issues start taking place, guess what? at the end of the day, if you ain't done your homework and you hadn't put no mechanic in your corner to come and dot all these I's and cross these T's, then you're going to continuously have issues. But one of the things is they need to know that an inspection is done prior to selling and after the sale. That inspection can be done by you or your mechanic, because I have done it. My mechanics have left the lot, they have came back, and you have came, drove the car, crunk it up, made sure it did what it did at that time, and it did what it did when you left. So all the extra, oh, this car, I didn't know this, I didn't know that, everything is a study. So if you don't study, then you're going to fail. That's just like a vehicle. If you don't study your vehicle, you don't know your vehicle, and you hadn't did no research on a recall or anything, I can give you a good example on that. And we can go to the next subject. I had a guy who purchased a vehicle from me. See, everybody like to talk about the good, but I talk about the good and the bad. And this particular year model Honda was a 2015 Honda Accord Coupe. And I can recall it had a fuel pump recall on it. But when they called me back 2 weeks later and said they was having issues with the fuel pump, I had already ran the VIN and saw it before they called back. Wasn't an issue at the time of the sale, but it was a few weeks later. Do I cover that? No, I don't cover that, because that's not something I manufacture. At the end of the day, a lot of warranty companies are not going to cover stuff. So they're a $1 billion company, $1 million company, whatever they want to call it. I'm not a billionaire, nor a millionaire. So there ain't no way I'm going to be just throwing out or tossing out or sinking money into something that I didn't have any issue or any kind of fault in it at the beginning.
Okay.
So that's how that goes.
Okay. That makes a lot of sense, man. I pretty much understand. A lot of time, man, you're in the business of used cars, and you're trying to, make the sale and make it, worthwhile. Mm-hmm. That makes a lot of sense. Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna ask you this: is kind of to piggyback on what we just talked about.
Okay.
So what are the biggest mistakes people make when they buy one? What's some of the biggest mistakes they make?
The biggest mistake when people buy a car, they don't do the routine maintenance. They don't check it. They don't put a mechanic in their back pocket. They just get in something and expect, whether it's new or used, and expect it to last forever. One of the things is, if you're going to have a car and it's going to break down, it's going to break down because you're not checking and doing what you're supposed to do. Now, don't get me wrong. If you're riding down the road and your transmission start acting crazy or whatever, guess what? That was something you knew. So if you continuously drive that car and you know it done did this and you ain't taking it to try to have it inspected, then that's the issue that you could have prevented, but you kept driving and made the issue bigger than what it was.
Okay, so basically, hey, treat the car good, it'll treat you good.
There you go. And you still have to do routine inspections on stuff too, which means you can't just hop in it and drive it for a whole month without taking it in and get it put up on the lift and check, any kind of particular maintenance issues.
Okay. Now I'm, looking around, man, I'm seeing a lot of people, cash cars is becoming more popular. And I guess with the economy, things are going on with the economy. Right. So why do you think it's becoming so popular nowadays?
Okay, it's becoming popular, man, because everybody wants to save money. Everybody wants to save and they want what they can't have. But on the same time, it's going to be popular because I'm not going to go out and pay 20 grand for a car when I can buy the same car for 10,000. I done saved 10. So why would I want to go spend another 10? So it's going to always be popular, the cash cars, is because everybody want to save that dime.
Yes, sir. That makes sense, man. Everybody's trying to keep a little extra money in their pocket if they could. Another thing I'm going to ask you about that, I know you was talking about earlier how you got started off with cars and all that, but I'm going to ask you this. A lot of people want to know, what is the most popular car model your customers love to buy? What do they come in asking for the most?
Honda Accord Sport.
Honda Accord Sport. Why did they ask the most about that car?
They like the look of it. I mean, then it's a unique style, and then it's a lifetime car, so it's just all about anything that's got a sport package in it. It's got power, it's got efficiency, and it's going to get you from point A to point B and also get you a little farther than that if you take care of it. Routine oil changes, radiator flushes, and taking it to your neighborhood mechanic or somebody that you trust that's behind you, that particular vehicle will last you until the cows come home. Okay.
Hey, that makes a whole lot of sense, man. I see what you're saying on that route. I'm going to ask you another thing about just you personally in your business, and some of the things that you probably go through on the daily, since you've been in business. So what has been your biggest challenge in the car business? Like the most challenging thing to you? dealing with cars?
Mechanics.
Mechanics.
Paying mechanics to do stuff and they don't do it. And prime example, I lost 20 grand. 2 engines. Mechanic ain't like he could put it back together. End up wanting to buy another engine for the same 10,000. Same fault. But it was an issue at hand with the mechanic, because if the mechanic checked before he places his engine all the way back together by spinning that motor over and seeing if it's freed up and everything is lined up the way it needs to be lined up, and he marked his points on this firing diagram and not bend the heads when he crank it up, that issue would have been solved from day one. But I've lost numerous amounts of dollars messing with mechanics, but I've also had some success with some of the best mechanics. And some of my mechanics that I got now on the team, they don't care if it's raining, sleet, or snow. If they can get to it, they're going to get to it.
Man, that's awesome, man. We all had our trouble with mechanics, but well, you talk about mechanics, that's always a hit or miss. All right, so I'm going to ask you about this. So about individuals. I know we deal with individuals on a daily basis and dealing with different people. So what's the most rewarding customer success story you ever had? Just think about it. Over your time dealing with different customers, what's the most rewarding customer you ever dealt with?
Somebody that's bringing me numerous amount of customers back and just spread my name around. I can name a few different stories, but the particular one that's always just spread my name around. That know they shop with me and they got a good car, and they done shop with me over the last 5 years, and they bought their daughter a car, their son, and themselves, and just continuously put my name in the hat and spread the word on what's good that happened to them and their life experience about coming to do business with me.
Yeah, man, that word of mouth is always the best recommendation. You can advertise, you can do this and that.
Right.
But word of mouth, best recommendation.
Right.
All right, so basically, I know you, like I said, you go through different things while you're in business and all that. So basically, what keeps you motivated in this industry? What keeps you every day going to keep selling cars, and what keeps you motivated?
People smiling, you know what I'm saying? When I sell a car and I know it's a good car and the customer come back, just like I'm piggybacking off of what you just said, somebody telling somebody about me that's good, and they telling the truth when they tell it. Whether it was good or bad in one moment, and they tell the good and they can tell the bad, but just tell the truth, because it's two sides to every story. But I'm motivated by the fact that I'm still on my feet and I done took numerous losses. So when I hit the ground, I'm stepping on whatever in front of me and whatever was behind me from that previous day.
Gotcha. Man, that's remarkable, man. So, looking at that, thinking about this, you being a experienced car salesman, been in the game for a few years. How many years have you been selling cars?
Well, I've been selling cars since I was like 14 years old.
Oh, wow.
But, like I told you, I was playing around in the yard with my dad.
Yeah.
So when a sale come up, he done painted a car that he done fixed up for a particular customer. And he just throw me the keys. Hey, take them down the road on a test drive. That's what it is. Or we'll jump in the car. Hey, let's go over here and look at this car. I'm finna do some work to it. I may buy it if it's a fair price. So I've been in the game since, he been on this earth, and he gone on and passed.
Okay. All right. So what kind of advice would you give young entrepreneurs trying to start their own business? Out here in this business game, since you've been around for so long, what kind of advice would you give them?
Go for what you know. Don't ever let nobody tell you what you can't do. Start from the bottom and work your way to the top. Always, the idea is to spend less and make more. So if you can spend less and turn that less into something more, and just keep stacking up your money, and don't never let anybody detour you off your motivation, and let that motivation be fuel to your fire, you'll never fail. Because the only thing that's going to fail is a try. But if you don't never try, you won't know if you can fail. And if you are not taking the fails as lessons, and you always just looking, because if you winning, everybody, as long as you winning, everything good. But when you fail, it make you slow down and wonder why you failed. If you winning, you ain't gonna never slow down enough to know, or to think about it for a second, to be like, dang, I failed on this. I could have did this way, and it would have went the way it should have went. But when you fail, it gives you that moment to sit back and think on how you gonna win.
Okay. So basically, like I said, learn from your failures.
Right. At
this point, learn from your failures, and like I said, work your way up.
Right.
All right. So closing this thing out, man. A lot of people watching this video right now are looking for a car or thinking about, you know, hey, I might be looking for a car. Where can people find you? How can they get in touch with you?
Well, I got a website. You know, one of the things, I put the website together to try to weed my way off social media, because I know it's a lot of misconception. A lot of people can't contact me through social media. I done maxed out on all my friends. I'm looking at messages I was getting back in 2022. That's 4 years ago. So the only way I see that message is I accept that friend request. And then everything has its ups and downs as far as pros and cons. One of the pros to social media is it's a gift and a curse. So I put a website together. You got my phone number on there, www.kgillusedcars.com. Or you can contact me at 334-568-8660, or just come to the actual location at 6155 Elmore Road, located in Elmore, Alabama.
Okay. I want everybody to hear that. Just say that one more time so everybody will know that your phone number and your website.
Phone number gonna be 334-568-8660. Website www.kgillusedcars.com. And you can find me at 6155 Elmore Road, located in Elmore, Alabama.
Okay. Man, this is an exciting interview, man. We just did, man. And as we close it out, any things that you like to add? Any stories that we missed, or any ideas, anything that you like to add to it?
Hey, go for what you know. Come shop with me. Come meet me for yourself. Don't listen to what the street's saying, because you always gonna have somebody that's gonna hate you for what you're doing because they can't do it. And at the end of the day, the proof is in the pudding. I closed out 406 deals last year. I got the proof in black and white. I'm already on deal number 2, and we only like 10 days in. And I probably would have been on deal number 4, but at the end of the day, I got a couple people that's still in between what they want to do. So at the same time, come shop with me, come meet me for yourself. Let me tell you how. Look at this interview. See what you want to see for you. Don't listen to what nobody else is telling you. That's the purpose of this interview, to let you know I'm not a scam. Never been a scam, never will be a scam. Everything is real. You can catch me on the website that I pointed out at www.kgillusedcars.com. 334-568-8660. Catch me on the sale any day. Come shop, Cash Car King.
Be the Cash Car King. Pull up, ride out. Fresh paint job, yeah, shine your ride now. Details so clean, make you wanna slide out. Keith Gill Logistics, that's what I'm talking about. Be the Cash Car King, best in the town.